What's up, Facebook? Once again, it's Needed the Face with some Week 3 predictions. Now, last week I got some shit for some of my picks. Well, guess what? I went 13-3. So, let's see what we can do this week, huh? Let's see. First off, we got Jacksonville, Carolina. Carolina's been thrown all over the place. Cam Newton's been awesome. It's only a matter of time until he hits the rookie brick wall. Until he does, he's going to whoop Jacksonville. It's just downright that easy. Denver against Tennessee. Tennessee looked great in their defeat of the Ravens, whereas the Ravens looked terrible. Kenny Britt may or may not play, which is going to make a difference, but Matt Hasselbeck's been accurate, and their line held up pretty well, so Denver's not going to win this one. Houston, New Orleans. It's a bit of a toss-up. Honestly, New Orleans is going to do it because they have a much more potent offensive game than what Houston's defense can handle. It's going to be closer than people think, but New Orleans is still going to win it. After that, Detroit and Minnesota. Come on, folks. Minnesota has looked like garbage. Detroit has looked a lot better than anybody ever expected. Detroit gets the win. The Giants and Philadelphia. This one is going to come down to the wire only because Mike Vick may or may not be playing. If Mike Vick plays, Philadelphia wins for sure. If he doesn't play, it's going to be closer, but I still think Philadelphia wins it fairly convincingly. Alright, New England against Buffalo. I'm sorry, Buffalo fans. New England's got this one. They've just been, on offense, they've been unreal. So, not a whole lot to go there. Alright, Miami and Cleveland. Miami, I think, wins this one. They've been up against two very tough opponents. Cleveland's beaten one very poor opponent. I think Miami's just going to be too strong for Cleveland. It's going to come within 7, but it's going to be a Miami win as far as I think. San Francisco, Cincinnati. San Francisco actually kind of sort of impressed me last week. Cincinnati never has. I'm going San Francisco on this one. Alright, New York Jets and Oakland. I like the Jets. I don't know why I like the Jets, because I think, being a Baltimore fan, Rex Ryan, I think, is kind of a tool. I miss him. He was a great D coordinator, but he's still kind of a douche. But they're going to beat Oakland. It's pretty much a given. Baltimore against St. Louis. If they play the way they did last week, it's going to be close. I don't think they will. I think they're going to come back kind of angry the way Pittsburgh did in Week 2 after losing Week 1. So, I'm sorry to the St. Louis Rams. This is not going to be fun for you. After that, Kansas City, San Diego. This ought to be a no-brainer. San Diego looked downright awesome against what I thought was going to be a much wider game last week against New England. They kept it close. They did well. Tolbert looked pretty good. He only got, I don't know, I can't remember the numbers, but he didn't get all of the handoffs, and he still put up a decent amount of numbers, so San Diego gets the win. Atlanta, Tampa Bay. Matt Ryan went through limited practice, but he's expected to play. That seals Atlanta's victory over Tampa Bay. Green Bay and Chicago. Green Bay. Chicago might have a chance to pull this out, but I doubt it. It all really comes down to Jay Cutler, if the team is willing to protect him long enough for him to get the ball down the field. And even then, he doesn't have as solid weaponry as he used to. Green Bay still has all the weapons. Green Bay's going to win it. Arizona against Seattle. I'm sorry, Seattle, you're going 0-3. Arizona's going to win this one as long as they play smart. If they don't play smart, it's going to be a close game. Even then, I still think Arizona wins. Alright, Washington against Dallas. This one is torn. I mean, even in the You Pick'em leagues, it's almost a 50-50 split. I'm taking Washington only depending on how Tony Romo's injury affects him. If he's still really hurting on it, I mean, he did puncture a lung. If he's still really hurt, Washington is going to be able to try to do something against him defensively, which is going to help him out offensively. Conversely, if Tony Romo's feeling alright, which I don't expect him to, then Dallas is going to keep this really close, but they're going to pull out with the win. I'm taking Washington. I don't think Tony Romo is going to be even close to 100% come game day, if he even plays. Pittsburgh, Indianapolis. Pittsburgh is going to destroy Indianapolis. Indianapolis, without Peyton Manning, looks like they belong in high school. Terrible on the snaps. Joseph Addai hasn't been able to do anything because Kerry Collins can't even hold on to the ball after he gets it in his hands, period. So it's going to be like a 24 or more to 3 or less affair. Pittsburgh is going to pretty much mop the floor with Indianapolis. So there you go. There's my Week 3 picks. I'm going to see if I'm right again, or at least most of the time. We'll see. Have a good one, YouTube world.